everyone, my name is Irene. I am a Korean American variety content vlogger based out in sunny Los Angeles. I've now been vlogging for a little less than a year and I recently got monetized. So both in celebration and in gratitude, I thought I would share with you the top 10 things that I struggle with as a newbie vlogger and how I address them. As I am a infant vlogger, all of my lessons learned are super fresh, so I'm hoping that they come in handy in your vlogging journey, or if you're a new YouTube content creator too. A lot of these apply to different types of content, and you'll be surprised that these items that I struggle with are not the technical items. Because technical video editing tips and stuff, you can so easily Google. The true struggles are the hurdles that hinder your efficiency and eat up a lot of your time when creating the vlogs. Those are the real struggles. And for those of you who aren't vloggers, our regular bubble wrap crew, I thought this would be a interesting, fun video for you. You'd probably be surprised by what trips me up. Okay, I'm going to start with most difficult, but make sure you watch this video till the end because all 10 of these, I think, especially as we continue on, are things that are unexpected in terms of what you would think that I would struggle with. Number 1 is deleting content. I usually have anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of video content that I work to trim down to 15 to 17 minute video. This is harder than you think for 2 reasons. Number 1, the 4 to 6 hours of content that you have is not just like a live stream of 4 hours where there's clear chunks where you're not really doing as much that you can cut out. These are 4 to 6 hours of purposeful content that you captured throughout your day or your travel because you thought it could maybe make it into the video. Secondly, you have a personal attachment to these clips. They were memories, they were moments you captured with a lot of effort. And so honestly, deleting your own work is not an easy task. But I have 2 actionable solutions for you. Solution number 1 is to duplicate your project. If you duplicate it, deleting things will be so much easier because you know you have a backup. I know it's just a psychological thing, but it really, really works. So whenever I get into the gray area of should I delete this, should I not, and I catch myself doing that 2 or 3 times, I just pause myself, duplicate my project, then start deleting those gray areas. 95% of the time, I end up never going back to that backup copy. It's just the extra boost of confidence that I needed to be able to pick up the sword and just start slashing away. And it really takes away that emotional attachment component. Solution number 2 is to add music. I recommend adding the music when you're even 50% cut down. So if I go from 4 to 6 hours and I get to a point where I'm like 30 minutes, I start layering in music because that makes my cutting out process a lot quicker. When I start editing with music, especially if it's music that really hypes me up for the video, I have no problem just cutting and transitioning to the music, which a lot of times makes your clips shorter and more interesting. It makes you detach yourself from trying to capture all of your beautiful video and really step back and put yourself in the viewer experience. Somehow music has that magic and helps you switch that view. Struggle number 2, getting started. When it comes to video editing, it's like picking up a new book. When you pick up a new book, it takes you the first chapter or so to get into the book before it becomes a page flipper. As much as you want to say, I love this book, usually no one loves the book by chapter 1. Chapter 1 of video editing is the least interesting, most annoying part. And that includes things like transporting your video, organizing them into folders, importing them. My solution for this: do these tasks when you are tired or late at night right before you're gonna go to sleep. Basically, this is just brainless work that really just requires a little bit of time. Autopilot zombie version of you can do this. I try to do these initial tasks when I really want to be resting. For example, if I'm doing a snowboarding vlog, I will do these administrative tasks after dinner before I'm going to sleep. Obviously, I'm too tired to go and actually edit a video, but these brainless tasks can definitely be done. Or I do them when I'm working on laundry, or I do them after I do a live stream. Those moments where I'm way too tired and don't have brain power to edit, I just force myself to do these 4 administrative tasks. import media from my phone, organize them into a folder, import them into Final Cut Pro, add them to the timeline on a project. And then the next day when you open up your computer, reading chapter 2 is so much more entertaining, and that part, you know, is when the fun starts. Struggle number 3, inefficient run-throughs of your vlog. This is when you're going through the editing process and you're looking through your vlog again, but each round that you do is not value add. You want each round to be very high value add. Otherwise, you're just watching footage, and yes, you're strolling down memory lane, but it is eating into your time. And I think more experienced content creators have a more methodical workflow. As a beginning vlogger or content creator, we can maybe have 2 to 3 more rounds than them, but if we're really rewatching our video like 50 times over, which I'm totally guilty of, then you're just purely wasting time, especially because your footage is not 15 minutes long to start off with. It's like 4 to 6 hours long, and it gradually, slowly gets chopped down. So if you keep rewatching it and aren't efficient, you're gonna be sitting there forever and you'll never publish a video. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, no, that is the situation I've been in too often. Solution: even if this is your 5th video or 10th video, basically I'm saying as soon as you get somewhat of a gauge, come up with a workflow, because that will force you to have a goal each time you run through your video and to focus on executing that instead of getting distracted by having fun watching your own video footage. So this is my 10-step, 20-hour workflow. I can do a separate video to walk through my workflow if you guys are interested. Let me know. Having this in front of me and kind of checking off my goal each time I run through really helps make sure I am being efficient as much as possible. Am I able to follow this to the T all the time? No, especially if there's certain videos I have strong emotional attachment to, such as like the wedding vlog, and I want to add photos. There will be portions where like blows up out of control, but at least I'll try to keep 80% of my work according to this workflow so that I can feel like I am making progress with each time I'm making a run through. Number 4, knowing when to stop. Sometimes when you're creating a video, it just feels like there is no end. It's not a math problem where you get to a solution. It's more of a painting where you have to decide what is your final brush stroke. For those of you who are perfectionists, this will probably be the biggest struggle for you. The part that makes it difficult for me is the thought that if I did a good job of this in my last video, I need to have that perfected in this video as well. And it feels like if I don't do all of those to the same level, I'm a complete failure. But as you can see, that is super illogical and your viewers won't hold you to that. They are happy with you growing and improving, but it's not going to be like a math competition where you have to get every single number problem correct. So I have a very actionable solution to this. When it starts getting late at night and you've been editing for a long day and you're about 80% complete, in your mind 80% complete, because you're probably a lot more ahead of that than you think, just export the video and go to sleep. Why? Because if you keep rewatching your video on your editing software where you can see all of the layers and the timing of when things hit, it is going to be a lot easier to notice things and nitpick at things that really would not be noticed once you watch the video without all those items. By exporting the video, you'll be able to view it in a way where the viewers would actually view it and get to take a step back and see what are the errors or mistakes that are larger and you should fix. That's why I'm saying export your video, go to sleep. Next morning, wake up, drink a cup of coffee, take a shower, or whatever you do to wake yourself up, and rewatch your video that has been exported. Full screen, just watch that. And while you watch that, write down 3, maximum 5 items that you really want to fix. And these are kind of like more major error items or eyesore items. Once you've addressed those 3 items that you really want to fix, do like a quick rerun, just one rerun, okay? Not too many, to make sure you don't mess up anything by fixing those 3. Once that's fixed, just export it. Go to YouTube and upload. And take yourself away from the video, work on your thumbnail, finish your description. If you have time after you do that, take another look at your video. By this time, you've spent about 30 minutes or so having this file uploaded and processed and HD processed. So the hurdle you have to go through to re-edit, re-export, and re-upload the video is pretty high. It's gonna help you prioritize. Is this edit worth it? Or should I just let it go? 99% of the time, even if I catch something that in my opinion is an eyesore, I just let it go because it's not worth another like 30 to 45 minutes of my time. Every time I try to record a video, something loud goes on outside. What are they drilling? I have no idea. Sorry for the background noise. Welcome to downtown Los Angeles. Number 5, aging footage. You filmed something with the intention of making a vlog, but you just never got around to editing. So now you have footage that is like 2 months old and you feel like at this point you can't make a video out of it and you're just really sad because you worked so hard to capture the footage. It was a good memory, but you feel like it's not relevant anymore. Solution. If it really is something that you want to make a video on, you can. There are creative ways to go about it and there's ways to still make it somewhat current. Filming yourself in the current time and recollect on a memory, and you show that memory. Yes, it is nice to have vlogs that are as new as possible because it makes your viewers feel like they're being able to experience it in the moment with you, but also just look at a lot of the vloggers that you usually follow. A lot of the vloggers that I follow, it looks like they're running into the same issues, and especially around like holiday times or times where life gets to you, they're editing content from 2 months ago or so. Does that bother me? Maybe if it's something they constantly do, but if it's every once in a while, no, I actually appreciate that they are sharing. Don't make it a habit, but if it's a memory you really want to share, go for it. Number 6 is deprioritizing content creation. I wasn't deprioritizing YouTube because I don't enjoy making these videos and want to grow. I absolutely do. Does it mean I don't have the hustle? Maybe. The biggest reason I had a tough time prioritizing is because I didn't have the confidence. I am not making money off of this. So essentially this is a passion project, the standard problem that any beginning entrepreneur or artist has, I guess. Whenever it came time for me to say, sorry, I'm busy, I have to edit my video or I have to film, it just felt silly saying that, and I felt like I'm not in a position to say that, but you absolutely should. Interjection, I am actually going to relabel this struggle as confidence and motivation. So the solution to this is, number 1, don't just look at your viewer count on your videos, read your video comments. They actually speak volumes to me. They really make your day. And a lot of the times I actually read those comments while I'm in the midst of editing my next video, and they really work wonders in terms of pushing up your motivation. And sometimes you might not have comments. If you do come across any, just print that out, have that on your screen or something. Like, it's really motivating for me, even if you get, one comment every once in a while. Solution number 2 is just learn to say, I'm busy. You don't have to tell them why. If you're feeling shy saying, sorry, I'm busy editing my video, just say, sorry, I can't make it, I'm busy. And give yourself a pat on the back for every time you say that. Obviously, yes, tend to your friends and family, but I've just never said I'm busy, and this has really hindered my timeline. So every time you say I'm busy, don't be embarrassed, be proud of that. Number 7 is flying solo. The people close to you or that live with you are not really comfortable being in front of the camera, and they prefer not to be included in your videos, which is absolutely understandable. Once you are the person who is constantly making these videos, sometimes you feel like, hey, why can't they just be in my videos? It's no big deal. Just imagine yourself before you started and someone else came to you with a camera. My little sister and her boyfriend does YouTube full time. So when they were initially vlogging, I didn't want to be included in the videos. I just had an image that my voice or my face on camera, I will not like. It is guaranteed. Like, I just had such a strong mentality towards that. So try to remember that feeling if you ever had one. And the other thing is that you do not need to take no for an answer. And that doesn't mean like, even though they say no, you keep filming them. It just means ease them into it. At first, Dennis was like, no, I don't want to be on camera. Close friends were like, no, we don't want want to be on camera or just not our faces. And so what I did is I would insert them here and there in very subtle ways. I'm not trying to capture them on purpose, but they happen to be in the scene. And then I will only include them if they look good in the video. My friends are in the video and I've already even asked for their permission. If they don't have makeup on or something, I'll like choose to like blur them out in a romantic way. And then once they have their makeup on, well, I think they look beautiful either way. But in any case, just having so much respect for making them look good on video will make them gradually get more comfortable to the point where the following times when you're vlogging, they won't be as bothered by it because they know you won't include them in the video unless they look fun. Yeah, it's building up that trust. It takes time, but I think that process actually is pretty rewarding. Number 8 is music selection. I try to pick music that will make the video more engaging, more in the moment, like you're there with me. At the beginning, I really struggled with this. You could be surfing Epidemic Sound over and over and not find anything, and it could be so discouraging. Well, my solution for this, which I think is creative and I use all the time, is use the music that actually is in the background of some of the clips that you capture. I do this pretty often, like when I went snowboarding, I used the music that I heard at the top of the hill and integrated that music into my snowboarding portion. When I went to the rock climbing gym, I heard music and I included that as part of the video so that it kind of like that music comes back and it makes the video more cohesive. This is a great idea for 2 reasons. One, usually if music is playing in that area, it is already in the vibe and feel that is appropriate for that area most likely. The rock climbing gym or the snowboarding mountain has picked that music because it sets the vibe that they want for that location. Number 2, you will probably stumble across music that you've never heard before. The con of this is that 99% of the time it will be copyrighted music, so you will not be able to monetize. You'll notice that I use a lot of copyrighted music, and that is because until you reach 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, you're not going to be monetized anyway. So you might as well select music that is entertaining and give yourself like an easy pass out, have one less thing to worry about, and give your video that extra oomph. Even after I got monetized, I've made no money off of YouTube because for the wedding videos, all of our song selections were copyrighted. But I really wanted to include that in the video because those were the actual songs that we had at the wedding. So me looking back at this video 10 years from now, I'll appreciate that I used those songs. Is that worth so much more than the couple pennies I would have made? Yes, absolutely. Number 9 is creating thumbnails. Maybe we should try making a thumbnail picture right now. This is probably one of the most important items that make people click on your video, but when it actually comes to filming, unless you're a seasoned vlogger or you just have great memory, this is almost guaranteed you will forget to capture a thumbnail. At least that's what happens for me. I always forget. And then I pray, oh, please let there be at least one clip I can use. And lo and behold, again, the solution is yes, you will absolutely have 5 to 10 still frames that you can use as your thumbnail. A lot of times I think people think, oh, well, I can't use it as a thumbnail because the photo quality isn't as pretty as if I took an actual photo. Well, there are easy solutions to making your still frames look more like an actual thumbnail picture. You'll actually see that a lot of seasoned YouTubers apply this by default. Number 1 is to have a very clear subject. Don't try to have it so busy. Perhaps you, if you're a vlogger, very visible. Number 2, in that image, cut yourself out. Preferably if you have a tablet, it'd be great. The portion that you've cut out, your central image, boost up the brightness. And then for the background, bring down the brightness. So that'll create a better contrast. And then you're going to add a glow to the subject. That way, even if you didn't do like 100% great job of cutting yourself out, it'll kind of blur those imperfections, especially when it's viewed small. It'll help create a little bit of a border that's not too distracting where you're really popping out in the picture. Number 10, sounding natural on camera, which I still struggle with so much. This one actually I think will come as a surprise because I don't feel like I have this problem as much when I'm live streaming on Twitch. But let me tell you, speaking on camera to just the camera is so different from speaking on camera during a live stream when you have a virtual audience and someone to interact with. It's actually kind of tough just talking to the camera, talking to yourself, and I found it super awkward. If you want to see cringy moments, go look at my earlier vlogs, or maybe even recent vlogs. I'm still bad at talking to myself on camera. The solution I have to this is just keep talking to the camera. Even if 90% of what you're gonna say is going to get deleted, I still record myself on camera. So if I do a vlog and I'm gonna start pretty soon after I wake up, I've like not had my coffee, I'm not awake, I'm awkward in front of the camera, and my energy level is not there. So obviously I'm gonna sound bad in front of the camera, but that's just kind of like my warm up. If singers have their routine to warm up their voices, I'm sorry for my poor singing, it's similar. Just talking to camera, even if you know it's gonna get deleted, just press record because it makes a world of a difference. Just speak on camera. That's your warm-up. Okay guys, those are the 10 items that I struggle with the most. If you're a vlogger yourself, let me know if any of these struggles resonated with you. If you're not a vlogger, let me know which of these 10 areas that I struggle with surprised you the most. Now I'm gonna have people go back and look at my old vlogs and cringe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful. If this is helpful or entertaining to you, let me know so that I can think about creating more of these. Hope you have a lovely morning or evening wherever you are in this world, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.